Race 5, the first leg of the first jackpot, the MR70 handicap over 1,600 metres goes off at 2 o'clock. Being an MR70 handicap, it's one of those races, again, I'm afraid. They're betting very wide, many with chances. Difficult to single out a short list. The favourite in the early part is number 1, Master Vision, 28 to 10 favourite. Now, I think that's a bit short for a handicap of this nature, but he has a couple of things in his favour. He bounced back to form last time when running all the way to the line to give Mr. Gonzalez quite a tough race. He was only beaten a half a length or so by Mr. Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez subsequently came out and ran a very disappointing race. Also in the favour of number 1 Master Vision, of course, is the fact that he's drawn in gate 1 over 1,600 metres at Hollywood Bet Scottsville. That's a huge advantage. Richard Ferree rides on Sunday. Anton Marcus, interestingly, was aboard Master Vision for the Nate Cotson stable last time. And Anton doesn't just take a ride. So he must have been expecting a good run from Master Vision last time. Richard Ferree, a significant jockey booking this time. If he holds his form, then he obviously stands a favourite's chance. But that was sudden improvement compared with his previous form. And for me, he needs to prove to me that he's going to maintain that level of performance. And an upset result in race 5 is certainly not an impossibility. Before continuing, though, let's catch up with a rerun of number 11, A Whole New World. He finished 4th at Hollywood Bets Gravel on the 17th of March. And then once again, we feature an interview with Terry Fripp and Garth Puller.
Grand Maestro, the leader. Theravada moves in. Euphoric is on the outside. Down on the inside, Sovereign Soldier. Euphoric's now coming with a big looking run on the outside. And Euphoric comes now. Sovereign Soldier's on the inside. Running on the inside, Sovereign Soldier. Euphoric still goes though. And Euphoric's going to win it. Euphoric won it. Second, Sovereign Soldier. Tom Bombadil and A Whole New World ran 4th.
Yes, he's a son of Oratorio and he's still learning the ropes, although he's had a few starts. His first run out the maidens and handicap was, I would say, a little bit disappointed, but he sort of shied away from horses around him. He'll improve from that. And first time on the turn at Scottsville, I don't think it'll affect him. He's going a mile for the first trip now, and he's got a lovely draw. His whole family stayed, the likes of Scrabble, etc. So if he's showing us the improvement he has, and he worked really well this morning being Thursday, so we expect him to show us some improvement because he's also one to follow, and he's still well weighted in the handicaps.
Final Destiny, maiden winner last time out, won a nice race, nice looking horse. He's doing well. It'll be his first time around the bend at Scottsville. I'm hoping for a nice run from him. He looks like he's progressive, but that is a very competitive race. And Morse never runs a bad race. He's drawn out wide, but I think that suits him because he likes to tug himself to the front. And when you're drawn out wide, you can take your time because obviously they're not going to cut you off early. So that was my reason for leaving him in. And I think the mile will suit him better. Both horses could be as competitive as the rest in the field.
Let's reflect on the 3 runners mentioned in those interviews, starting with number 11, A Whole New World, who we saw in the race replay rather than the interviews. I think is an interesting runner here is number 11, A Whole New World, 3-year-old son of Ideal World. 2 runs back, he was tried over 2,000 metres, didn't appear to get home and faded away to finish 5 lengths behind Mambo Symphony after leading briefly in the straight. But if you look at his last 3 1,600-metre runs, he ran second to King's Cove, he beat Avenir, and then in that clip we showed you, he ran 4th to Euphoric, making good headway in the closing stages. So at this stage of his career, this distance, Sunday's distance of 1,600 metres looks ideal, and I think number 11, Whole New World, has certainly a bright chance. The Revelant runner, we heard from Terry Fripps, number 3, Cupid Song, is easy to back at 12 to 1. Not a bad post-maiden effort. First time round the bend on Sunday at Hollywood Bet Scottsville. Looking to go further, the 3-year-old son of Oratorio. And with Wayne Agrella aboard, you can certainly consider for trifectas and quartets and possibly even jackpots and pick sixes. It's that kind of a race. Any kind of a result can be expected here. Garth Puller's runner, number 5, Final Destiny, won his maiden last time, beating Montana Sky. Montana Sky continues to hold form in handicap company. Final Destiny's not had that many starts. He's only had 6 starts. He's never been tried further than 1,400 metres. I get the feeling this 1,600 metres will be right up his alley. He's well drawn in gate 5, so Final Destiny could well make a winning debut in handicap company. Fade to Black ran third to Dallas last time. That was his first glimmer of form for a while, and it was over less ground, so we'll have to see how he goes over the 1,600 metres. And Morse, as you heard there from Garth Puller, although badly drawn, he could be a factor here. Another horse that's may be ready to improve is number 4, Black Fox. He's done well over this course and distance. His last 3 runs have not been good, but this is his 3rd run after rest, so it's quite possible that number 4, Black Fox, can improve suddenly, and number 2, Proud Warrior, seldom runs a bad race. It's one of these typical MR70 handicaps. Number 1, Master Vision from the inside gate, probably deserves to be favourite. I would have thought he would have been easier to back in the market than 28-10. I am expecting him to drift. The likes of Cupid's Song, Final Destiny, Fade to Black, possibly A Whole New World, and even possibly Black Fox and Proud Warrior, they all need to be considered. You need to go as wide as possible in this leg of the pick 6 and the jackpot.